Welcome back. It's time for us to take our parenting segment this morning, and it's going to be an interesting conversation. We have Samuel Olaoluwa Fadara here with us. He's a dynamic, astute, and all-round educational professional. He's also a life coach, motivational speaker, and author. And on our parenting segment today, we're going to be discussing mathematics phobia. So now, my question is the phobia for the kids or is it for the parents? Because yes, whenever math homework comes home, I think I'm the one that's the most afraid. Like, okay, so math homework, mommy, can you help me with my math? I'm like, yes, darling, I can. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, what are they going to bring today? But, thankfully, we've been able to push through it. But you are coming from an educational background. Exactly. And you must experience so many different things with different parents.
Exactly.
So what is the most common conversation you have with parents on mathematics?
All right, thank you so much. There have been a lot of conversations about mathematics. Sometimes those parents will say, oh, I don't know mathematics, so I don't expect my children to know mathematics. Or maybe the reason why they have difficulty in mathematics is because I don't also know mathematics, like the parents do say. But we want to make sure that mathematics, the methodology, sometimes it's not about not knowing mathematics, it's about the right application, the methodology. A lot of parents, while growing up, the mathematics was just majorly theoretical. But nowadays, mathematics, which is also numeracy, is now practical. It is something that you can relate. For instance, when you are talking about profit and loss, money, it is people spend money every day. It's a means of exchange. So it is about relating mathematics to practical terms, to practical things. So most parents might not be able to relate that because of their own background experience. Because
I'm going to touch on two things. Now, first of all, the term numeracy.
Okay.
Why is it no longer called mathematics? Why is it now called numeracy for primary schools? Can you explain that?
Absolutely. Like some schools do still call it mathematics, but some schools that are Montessori based.
Okay.
There are so many systems of education. There's a system of education called Montessori. And one of the primary subjects for Montessori is mathematics, which is numeracy. Okay. Now, numeracy is all about dealing with numbers. So that is why it is majorly called numeracy, because it deals with numbers. And mathematics is a subject that deals with numbers. So at the primary level, at the elementary stage, they're expected to be conversant with numbers. So that is why it is majorly called numeracy.
So I want to now touch on our background. You mentioned the parents' background and how they grew up with math.
Yes.
And it affecting our kids. So especially if maybe your math teacher was not very nice or very patient, there are a lot of people that had a tough experience with math, which even affected the path they took in life.
Exactly.
They didn't want to study math at all, and they took another career path because of it. Yeah. Now, for our kids growing up in our care, as parents, how do we objectively approach, this phobia for math? If your child shows signs of phobia for math, how do you approach it?
Okay, there are so many ways you can approach it. First of all, no matter your level or background in mathematics, one thing you must realize is that children at one stage or the other shows phobia for mathematics. Okay. So as a parent, it is about giving them the confidence. It's about giving them the belief. It's about giving them that, oh, this thing is not difficult. You can do it. And if you cannot help them, you can get someone that will be able to put them through, that will be able to help them. And even as a parent, you can also study mathematics. It is never late to study. You can always make research, find out of how to solve one or two things. Then you can impact that knowledge. Or if you can't do that because of your time, you can approach someone that will be able to put you through. Maybe a teacher, it could be a tutor, it could be an online teacher, or someone that can put you through on how it runs. Then when we teach mathematics, also teachers too. One of those things that is making children to be afraid of mathematics, to develop phobia, which is also called arithmophobia, is that a lot of teachers are not bringing to terms the fact that mathematics is not abstract. Okay. Mathematics is concrete. It's some things they can see. So as a math teacher, you should be able to relate all your experiences in class to physical things. For instance, you want to teach fraction now. You can bring an orange to the class, divide it. you can show them, oh, this is a part of it. Fraction means part of something. So by showing them that, the children, whatever they see, they remember.
Okay.
So, but before, mathematics was taught in terms of abstractly. People just say, oh, if you add this to this, you add x plus y. People will be like, where did X go to? Or where did Y go to? That I'll have to look for it.
Yeah.
But let us relate it to practical times.
Okay.
So when we relate it to practical terms, pupils will be excited learning and knowing mathematics.
Okay, so now using a whiteboard or a blackboard to teach math and actually working with materials. I'll call them materials. Now, for Montessori method, I believe it's materials.
Yes, instructional materials.
Exactly. Which one do you think will pay in the long run? Because these children are going to have to go and do exams.
Exactly.
And those exams are not going to have those materials in exams.
Exactly.
So how do you find the balance between the two?
Okay. Thank you very much, ma. Finding the balance between the two. Number one, at the elementary level, at age 1, 2, 3, you can start using the materials to teach them. Because once a child has a very good background in mathematics, the child will be able to, progress steadily. But when they don't have a good background in mathematics, you see that they have 1 or 2 challenges. So the first thing is that make sure that you use material at the elementary level, age 1, 2, 3, when the child is still developing the cognitive skills and the psychomotor skills as well. So once they develop that, from there, you can now start teaching them without the use of material or less materials in teaching them.
So maybe like what age? Maybe like from age 6?
From age 6, age 7, you can reduce the materials.
Okay.
But at the same time, you can show them videos, pictures. There's something we call mathematics tricks. A lot of people don't believe that mathematics has a lot of tricks. There are a lot of tricks. Mathematics is not something that you just learn by cramming. It is something that you need to develop a knowledge on. You need to know it without, for instance, I can give you an example. For instance, for the 9 times table, there's a math trick for knowing 9 times table.
Okay.
Like you can write, 9 times 0, 0.
Okay.
9 times 1, 1.
Okay.
2. So writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
Then going up again. Write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
You get the multiplication table of 9 times.
Okay.
So
fantastic.
there are so many other practical examples by which people can know mathematics. So it is about the teachers retraining themselves and also training parents as well. Parents who need to be trained that mathematics is something that is possible and can be known.
So now I want to touch on parents that actually do understand math, maybe from another style or another generation.
Okay.
And these children are being taught in a different way. And as a parent, you're trying to teach this child in the way you knew, maybe counting sticks or counting fingers, for instance. In school, they don't do that anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
They have other methods for doing that.
Exactly.
How do parents now begin to adjust to the new methods that teachers are using to teach?
That is why the onus is on the school. The school needs to also educate parents. For instance, in the olden days or in some years past, where you can just use your, 4 divided by 2, 1, 2, 3. We don't encourage that again. Because actually it is for just people that are just trying to know mathematics, maybe people age 2, age 3. But as soon as you get to age 5, age 6, you don't need to start counting your fingers again.
Okay.
There are so many methods. For instance, if I say 2 times 3 is 6, if I ask you 6 divided by 2, that is 3. So you can do division. The inverse of division is multiplication. So we use all those methods and mathematics trick as well to teach and train pupils. So parents too need to be trained.
Okay.
So there are so many platforms by which parents can be trained. They can go online for training. There are so many mathematics courses online. And even schools too can organize seminars and lectures for parents just to put them in the 21st century world of education.
I like the way you put it there.
Yeah.
To bring everybody up to speed, to bring you up to par with your kids. Sometimes it feels like these kids are studying for PhD. Sometimes when I see the homework they bring home. But I appreciate you for coming to talk to us today. Thank you so, so much. We'll be talking more over the course of the month.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so our parenting segment is giving you assignments today. Go study some mathematics so you can help your kids with their homework. Tell us what you think about the conversation. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know.